Hi, I'm Donna Guest, the Lazy Scrapbooker, and welcome to another Tuesday tip.
Here's another Facebook Live from a few years ago that's now going to live here in a YouTube playlist. This one was recorded live back in 2022, and while I usually don't have pages with just one photo, I can't deny this makes a great cover page or a page for a special photo. And you can certainly add more than one photo. I have no rules to this. This one is fun and easy, which I am all about. Let's get started.
This particular page is going to use a couple of tools. We're going to use our trimmer, and then we're also going to use the custom cutting system with the circles and the blades, and of course our mat. And then I might add a special punch here or there. For this background, as you'll notice, you could do this a couple of ways. You could cut out a smaller piece of paper and then put it on top of a full sheet, but I am always trying to save the weight from my albums and not overload it with paper, because that way I can get more pages into my albums. So I'm going to use this purple as my background, and then I'm going to use the music notes as the frame. Like I said, the quick way would be just to cut an inch off of both sides of this piece of paper, but instead I'm going to show you how to do a quick frame. I'm going to make this an inch wide all around, and when you're using your trimmer, you'll notice that you have this white line here, and I know I've taught this before and it's in my trimmer video, but it always helps to show it again. This tells you where the blade is. So what I'm going to do is I've got this lined up at 1 inch over here, and so I'm going to start at 1 inch down. Now, I can also see that I have a ruler right here, but it's a little bit hard to see that 1 inch from where I am, but I know that there's 1 inch distance from this white line to the edge of the blade housing. So I'm going to let the edge come down to the 2 before I get started. And then I'm going to press, so I'm cutting now, and I'm going to stop before I get 1 inch to the end. So I'm going to stop when my blade comes to the 11, or the edge of my cartridge housing comes to the 12. I almost messed it up while I was talking, but look, that's perfect. See how that is? I won't spend too much more time on this. I'll just cut it quickly because I want to have fun with circles, and that's what this page is all about. But I did want to show you that quick method on how to do this. And again, the benefit of what I'm doing right now is just A, it's conserving paper, saving a little money so I can use this cool sheet for something else. And then B, it is keeping the weight down on my album. And as you can see, it's not taking me that long. Usually I do it faster, but I'm talking, so I'm being extra careful so I don't mess up. So I've got this to use later. And now I can attach this frame. So I'm going to use my repositionable tape runner. I always recommend that for things that I might plan on messing up or putting in the wrong spot. All right, so carefully. It's the one bad thing about putting too much tape runner on it. It wants to stick. So there's our nice frame around the page with lots of paper left over to use elsewhere, and this is a very light page. Okay, so I'm going to set this aside for now, and now we're going to cut some circles. Okay, we can use lots of different sizes. I'm probably going to just use these here because this on the smaller pattern is too big, and this might be too little for what I want to do. So I've got lots of papers here from the Let the Good Times Roll and some cardstock that might look well with this. Okay, so let's just start. I'm just going to randomly cut some circles, different sizes. There's not much thought behind this. And if you've never used the custom cutting system, it is a classic. I first bought this back in 2000 when I first discovered Creative Memories. And I'm still using the same thing today, the same set. The blades have changed though. The blades are much better now. They now rotate, so you see how little I have to move my hand. Pretty much not at all. Now with this solid pattern here, there's a little bit of a diamond pattern. I'm going to do, first, I'm going to do a ring. So I'm going to use the blue blade because it's going to cut farthest in here on the inside track of this larger pattern. Okay, so there's a circle, but also before I move the pattern, I'm going to use the red blade, which is a 1/4 inch difference. Oops, and cut, did I mess this one up? Maybe. Cut a ring, and I did mess it up a little bit. Looks good either way, but I like that. We'll see how that works. I may replace that one in a bit. If I were going to put this in my album, which I probably will, I would replace that. Okay, so let's do some more. And I'm just randomly choosing sizes. The way I messed that one up, I'll tell you, if I'm not looking carefully, if you just do this without looking, you can get only one prong in the track and then it trying to cut sideways and it rips your paper. So you always want to make sure you have both of these prongs in one of the tracks like that, so that you see the blade is right on the inside. What I did when I tore the paper just then is I think I had it like that. And so it was trying to go around sideways, and that's just not going to work. Let's do one more. Okay, I think that's going to be enough. All right, so now the fun part of adding these to the page. And I'm going to kind of copy this a little bit because I like the way it looks. But I like having some that I've cut that go off the edge, and I'll grab my trimmer for that. So let's do this nice green one that's a nice contrast to that purple. I basically chose all colors that would be a good contrast to the purple, except for that one. That one's really going to blend in. And I'm going to do this one down at the bottom here. And then I'm just going to start putting some circles here and there. And as you can see here, I've got the photo covering some up, and that's okay. It's just meant to be a pretty fun little whimsical background. Okay, that purple's different enough that it looks pretty good. I think I need some more here. I thought I had enough circles. We're going to cut a couple of more. Oh, I've got this ring. That's the one I wanted. So for this one, you can use the repositionable tape runner, but this is so narrow, only 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to use the mini tape runner and just get a little bit of it there. And I'm going to tuck that mistake I made right under there, and no one will ever be the wiser unless you or I tell them. So we'll keep that a secret. And then I think I might add a punch or two. I'm going to use the star, and let's use it with this pretty yellow. This is an old punch, so I don't want to get you too excited about it. It was with the original Creative Memories. I've had it for a long time, and we've had other star punches, 1 or 2. I think I want one more circle right there, and maybe a little one right here to finish this up. And then I can put a couple of photos on this. And I really am randomly doing this. If you're a little more particular about where you might like to place things, you might not want to tape them down at first. I'm not very particular at all, so I just did that randomly, and I could put a couple of photos on there. I won't take Nicholas off of his page here, but, well, I will. It's repositionable. Let's see. There, you could put one photo here and another one down here if you wanted to. So very easy. Custom cutting system with the circle template, still a classic Creative Memories product that even though we have the circle cutter now, it won't do this because the circle cutter only goes down to the smallest circle is 3 inches in diameter. I hope you enjoyed this Tuesday tip. Thanks for watching. Want to see more? Check out my playlist called Tuesday Tips.